learned very early on in the pandemic that the traditional shelter infrastructure wasn't going to be adequate to the task, and that if we were going to prevent an outbreak in our most vulnerable population, that we were going to have to mobilize additional non-traditional large spaces to allow people to spread out.
We came together with about 7 weeks to get this up and running. So the partnership with Bissell Center, Boyle Street Community Services, the Mustard Seed, Bent Arrow, as well as the Edmonton Convention Center and the City of Edmonton all really had to go all hands on deck for 7 weeks and just pull all the components of this together. I think it took us a couple months to really find a rhythm here and to really find a way to bring everybody together, get the partners together with one common vision of serving those in need.
The reality sunk in very quickly the moment we opened our doors that this was unlike anything we've done before. Why are some of the reasons that people have ended up here? What kind of supports are the agencies offering that are helping these people? What can we do to support those agencies do the work they need? But then you also add on the really fun part that it's all during a pandemic. So we have to have so much rigor around cleanliness and sanitization and trying to maintain those standards while also learning that whole social side of it has just been really remarkable, seeing what we've been able to achieve.
Picking up cans, bottles, stuff like that, just to buy coffee. I was glad when I stepped up to the door and the digger opened, because if you don't know someone, it's pretty much like, bye-bye, you know, like, we don't need you. You get pushed away, you know. Almost experienced that a lot.
First and foremost, it's a 24/7 operation. And so it offers everything from the overnight shelter to food security, clothing, showers, medical is a big one. And so there's medication management done here, wound care. We have an amazing staff on the medical team, just working with people who are in crisis. There's also cultural supports, which is really important for our Indigenous population to be able to access cultural supports. There's mental health supports here. We have housing supports, because ultimately this place is temporary. We really want to see people being housed. And so that's one of the focuses, is to have our housing teams here working actively to get people housed.
The presence of the camp and the pandemic together really left us with no choice but to do what we could, which was establish this center. And I'm proud of that response, even if there's still more work to do.
We can really start working on meaningful work that impacts what we're doing here, so that what happened at Tipinawao wasn't just 6 months or 183 days. Not that anyone's counting. It can't end there. It has to continue, and I think that's our responsibility as a venue that represents our community, that we need to lead that. We need to be ambassadors, and we need to be leaders in the work as it continues.
Our community in Edmonton really cares about its homeless population, and I was worried that they would not have a place to sleep, that there'd be large numbers of people left outdoors. And the communication we got was they were thrilled that this space was being utilized to provide shelter for those in need.
And we're now north of 12,000 people housed through Housing First. So to my mind, it's worth it.
These people don't have homes that they can find comfort and solitude in. So being able to see our community just step up and say, how can we help? It's been inspiring, and we couldn't have done it without their support, truly.
Sorry, let me start over. We learned really on in the why can't I use English?
Can I use some bloopers?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but I forgot the answer already. I'll change.
That's okay.
I know. No two answers the same.
I'm like, as I'm like feeling sweat, and I was like, is it noticeable?